Hi, this is Helen, the Dynamic Dipper from Morecambe Bay. Beautiful Morecambe Bay today, absolutely gorgeous. Totally freezing, but beautiful. I just wanted to speak to you about swimming in lockdown and how to do this safely. If you like these videos, hit the subscribe button below. This video is going to teach you about when to start swimming, how to prep for it, and actually when you do it, how to do it safely, because that's really important. With us being in lockdown now, it may mean that it'll force people to try and swim on their own instead of meeting with swim groups or, a swim partner, that people will go out and they'll think, well, I'm not allowed to meet anybody, and so I'll try and do this on my own. And of course, the risks involved with that are greater than swimming in a group or with a partner.
So what are some of the dangers that someone could experience if they were going to be swimming alone?
There will be nobody around if you're in distress. So ordinarily there are people out and about. With lockdown, people are staying at home, so there's not so many bystanders, people that are looking out for you. People will visit out of the way bodies of water, maybe, that aren't as safe as some of the normal places that they would go. If they're experienced swimmers and they have acclimatised from September, October in the water 2 or 3 times a week, to get themselves to this point in January, and they've continually dipped, then they will be pretty safe. It's the new people that are quite at risk. But also those people that are experienced swimmers need to bear some of these points in mind. There will be no one to talk to while you experience drop-off. So drop-off happens, it does just happen when you've swum in cold water, whether you've done that safely or not. So your core temperature starts to chill over time when you've got out of the water. Of course, that process is happening while you're in the water, but it continues when you get out. And so probably the deepest level of drop is happening about 30 minutes after you've got out, 20 to 30 minutes after you've got out. So you've got dressed and you've got all your layers on, but all of a sudden you feel very, very chilly in your core, very trembly really. You can make an arrangement to phone somebody, FaceTime somebody before you go in the water, and you could then ring them when you get out of the water, and then 20-25 minutes later when your drop off might be happening. Okay, so yes, that's a bit of a pain, but you could just speak to somebody so that they can check that you're sort of coherent and you're fine and you're all right. I don't want to put the fear of dread into anybody. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying that maybe we need to be a little bit more cautious now that we're in lockdown and that there's not as many people about, and think about looking after yourself.
Why are entry and exit points important?
Because when you've been in the water and the cold water has zapped your energy, you may have had loads of energy when you first entered the water, and so you've scrambled down somewhere, some rocks or whatever to get into the water. But actually your exit point, how safe is that when you're drained of energy and you're feeling quite cold and you're a little bit shivery? You need to think about all those things. Yes, think about the access points and the exit points in terms of getting in the water. How much strength will you have when you want to come out of the water? And so I've read an article recently that says, if you haven't been winter swimming up until now, you've stopped in the summertime and you're thinking of going in for a dip now because there's lockdown and there's not a lot else to do, actually people are talking about being quite cautious with that because you're not acclimatised to the cold temperatures.
So what can someone do to get themselves acclimatised to the cold water? What would your hints and tips be?
Well, I would do a couple of weeks of cold showers, although, you need to think about that the water that's coming out of your tap or out of your shower isn't even as cold as the water in Morecambe Bay or the lakes or whatever, or the rivers. It really is quite a shock. It's very icy when you enter the water in the months of January and February. Those are the coldest months. And so you really need to think about prepping yourself, cold showers, getting used to feeling that drop off, and also, to enter gradually. Think about the things that you need. My other videos talk about kit lists and about the packing order of that kit, because that's really very important in terms of having your stuff ready when you come out. Think about your hazards and about the visibility that other people have while you're in the water. Okay.
There's someone just entering the water behind you.
There we go, entering the water where quite a few people can see. The other thing is stranger danger. You don't want to be in a place where you're totally isolated. So those things need to be. The other thing that I would say is, of course, the FaceTime thing, friend before, directly after, and then 25 minutes after. And, you know, you're to wear a watch so that you know how long you've been in. So the advice and guidance is that you're in for a minute for every degree of water. So at the moment it's about 6 degrees and you'd be in for 6 minutes. In a wetsuit, boots, hat and gloves, you will be in a little bit longer than that, 12, 15 minutes, but no more than that really. You've got to consider the air temperature on exit. So although the temperatures were dropping in October, the air temperature was still quite warm when you got out. That isn't the case now. Sometimes the air temperature is colder out of the water than it is in. The other videos that people may be able to watch is kit list, packing your kit for winter swimming, the packing order, which is really quite important, and also what happens physiologically in the body when you go into cold water. So it talks about biologically, you know, what happens, what are the processes in your body when you go into cold water. You need to know those things and be as prepared as possible. Those are the things to consider when you are winter swimming during lockdown. Okay, so that's it from me, a little short video about keeping safe cold water swimming, and I hope you're well through lockdown. I hope the homeschooling goes well, and I'll see you soon, and it's over and out from Morecambe Bay.
Click and subscribe.
Okay. So if you like these videos, click and subscribe above. What? And so if you like these videos, subscribe. Okay. If you like these videos, subscribe with the link below. What happens to the body physiologically when cold water? It's quite good that I get interrupted.
Yeah.
Hold on through the lockdown. I hope the homeschooling goes well, and it's over and out from the dynamic dipper. Right, are we ready?